don't know whether to be excited or terrified about the 18th Anoronics. I feel like maybe it should be a healthy mixture of the two. Maybe it should be both. Maybe I should be both excited and terrified. What will happen on the 18th? I have no idea. My subs, some of my larger donation subs are coordinating something together. Does red aggro do well in modern? There's been a Beaumont Courier mono red deck that's put up results here and there on Magic Online. All right. Do I Inquisition them or do I Dismember the bird? I feel like I'm supposed to Dismember the bird after they mulliganed. Although they could be, nah, I'm gonna Inquisition. They could be a Devoted Druid deck. Hey, Die Harlequin with the brand new Twitch Prime support. And there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now, so thanks for supporting. Oh, that's a Domri Rod. Maybe I should have taken Domri there. I glanced and thought it was Xenagos, but that's definitely Domri. Fox Killer with the 11-month resubscription. Thanks for sticking around for so long. For putting up with my stuff. I appreciate it. Yeah, but then I could have Thoughtseize the Domri the following turn. Boy, this is pretty annoying. Looks like just some kind of like Naya mid-range deck. And just didn't stream. Well, they've plussed Domri twice and missed both times so far. I think this is just Tarmogoyf here. This Dismember is going to put a third card type in my discard pile. Okay, Eternal Witness, that's a pretty good one. Eternal Witness is pretty good. Yep. Dismember my Goyf. That is technically correct. You are not wrong. Yeah, Domri ult is at 7. So I probably want to get a little bit aggressive here. I think I'm going to Dismember this wall since they're missing lands anyways. It also allows me to cast a Death Shadow next turn, which is nice. We also draw a removal spell for this. Thoughtseize. That's a good pickup. Thoughtseize lets me break up in a possible Eternal Witness loop. Or not. Their deck is sweet. I wonder if they're playing Kiki Chord. I've definitely played Domri inside of Kiki Chord before. This is an easy take Eternal Witness though, for sure. I'm going to play the Grim Flayer here because I would like a Trample Threat in play so we can try and keep this from ulting. Could I be dead here? I could be dead here, right? Depending on what kind of big scaries they could have in hand. Ugh. Well, that's... Yep. I didn't catch much of the invitational coverage. Oh. Well. I definitely want these. Veil seems pretty bad against the Voice of Resurgence Mana Dork deck. Do I want Brutality? I feel like I might want Brutality, but at the same time I kind of like all of the cards I have in my main deck right now. So I don't think I want to change anything else. Yeah, no Gorklan in here is something too. I'm a big fan of Gorklan in decks like this. Just like, it's similar to Battle Rage, but you can fetch it with Traverse. It also feels a lot less bad against the interactive heavy decks. I think I'm submitting like this. No, they probably have like Restoration Angel and some bigger threats in their deck, so I don't think I want to cut the Terminate. Because like, they have Eldritch Evolutions. They probably have some 4s and 5s. Let's give it a go. Advance kind of nutty. Do I want a Thoughtseize on one? I think I want a Thoughtseize on one. So if they play a Mana Dork, I can Dismember. Plus do more on 2. Even Mind Sensor. I'm gonna take this Wall of Roots. Just like choke their mana, leave the Chord Stranded in their hand ideally. Huh. I'm gonna take the cord, so I really don't care about that other one. We're gonna kill them very quickly here. So like next turn we go fetch, shock, dismember your Spellskite, crack you for 10. And then we kill them through a blocker with Kozilek's Return the next turn. It's like setting ourselves up for turn 4 lethal. If we draw Temur Battle Rage, they're dead on turn 3. Fuck it. I've had a pretty profitable month. My mom always told me to stay from cults. Thanks for the content. Ananomic, thanks for the bits. I do appreciate the support. I'll be getting to a Dealer's Choice League pretty soon then. Thank you. Thank you very much again. And since the cult members are all taking a break, you'll probably stay towards the top of the cheerleader board all week then. Nivik, you can't just time people out. We're talking bad about the cult. Oh. All right. Oh, your cult is silly. Come at me. I think I want to fetch here. No, I'm just going to put him to 8. Oh, if I fetched, they'd mind censor me, right? So we're going to 5 here. So we go Abrupt Decay you, Dismember you, kill you very dead. Only point that matters is the last one, chat. Only point that matters is the last one. Just play a different piece of anti-disruption or another threat maybe. This hand, these are the hands that are kind of awkward here in this deck, and these have been, excuse me, awkward with Traverse before. Like, this hand looks like it's 3 lands, 4 spells, but these are lands unless we draw very specific things here, right? This hand is much better. Much, much better. Almost at the 2 gig of RAM marker for people playing bingo. We'll reboot after this match. So top deck skill, the problem with the statement you just made is that it works off of the assumption that everyone was lazy and nobody wanted to try. And it's completely ignorant or oblivious to the fact that Standard's been really fucking poorly designed for a really long time. So the fact that there's been very narrow formats is by and large a byproduct not of people not trying, but of how the formats themselves are designed. I think I just want to Abrupt Decay this, and then next turn fetch shock Liliana. Liliana do this. 2 months of suboptimal toolbox dev. Thank you, Persip. The 2-month free subscription. Welcome back. Oh, you're saying it shouldn't be banned. Oh, I read your thing in the inverse. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with your assessment. Sorry, I thought you were doing the inverse. I agree with your assessment. And never forget, you want to talk about Wizards of the Coast being good or bad at their jobs? When they designed the current standard format, the red decks had Ramanap runes and Rampaging Ferocidon in them. And then they made them worse. Like this is the post-nerf mono red deck. Nice, Milla. So I'm pretty sure I just want to fetch shock and then play Last Hope here and kill the bird since they're fumbling a mana. Their hand is double white card Court of Calling. So just like taking them off their mana creature here seems really powerful. Yes, correct. Yeah, compared to Hearthstone's current standard format and Hex's current standard format, I agree. It is very absurd how bad WotC standard has been for so long. It's embarrassing. They're basically an industry titan. And like they've had nothing but fuck ups for like the last almost, God, how long has it been? When was the last time that it wasn't real bad? Like was Bant Company? Did we like Bant Company? That was probably okay, right? Like we had Delirium. No, we banned stuff in that format, right? We banned Emrakul and shit. It's Theros Cons, right? I feel like Theros Cons is probably the correct answer. We are in game 3 of the second league. The first league we played, we 3-2'd because we're playing Modern. Tarmogoyf's like okay here, but at the same time, it's not particularly good in the face of Scavenging Ooze. But I guess they have limited green mana. Am I fetch shocking here? I don't think I am. I think I'm leaving that option open to myself. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I think the idea that they had to ban cards so they failed, I think that's a bad thing to have. Companies like Hearthstone, they rebalance their cards all the time, right? These digital games. I don't expect Wizards of the Coast to never have to ban anything. What I do expect is that after they ban some stuff, they get it right. I think expecting them to go with the idea that like game design is easy and it should be perfect the first time and they should never have to ban anything, I think that's pretty unrealistic. What I think is realistic though is expecting them to basically, fix it at some point. Yeah, solved formats are not bad formats. There's a lot of people, and we've ranted about that on this stream before plenty of times, right? Like just because we know what all the best decks in a given format are, doesn't mean that that format is bad. Good standard formats are almost always expensive. Magic's an expensive luxury hobby. Sorry, it is. Yeah, I think part of the problem is that, like, not only have we gone through so many bans in standard, but like we've gone through all these bans and it's still not good. They have resto here, we could be in trouble. Sorry, I need to set up a hotkey to mute and unmute rather than using the stupid button. The button on the Blue Yeti microphone for muting and unmuting is fucking dog shit. It's really bad. All right, so they can gain 2 up to 16, and they can shrink my Tarmogoyf 1 when they do that. So I don't have lethal this turn, so I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with Death Shadow here. I guess this attack leaves me dead to removal, but I need to kill them. God, this fucking mute button. There's a command for that. So we attack with Death Shadow because it kills Tireless Tracker here, right? You can read about my thoughts on the green-black deck here. They're gonna get a lot of draws here. I'm eating a Pop-Tart. Because I am fat. I'm fat and I'm proud. I know. I just said I need to set up a hotkey. It's just another thing to do on the keyboard. And so the Yeti microphone has a visual indicator on the front of it that's this light that shows you when it's muted or unmuted, which is a nice extra visual indicator rather than having to set that up myself. So if it just worked, that would be ideal. I can't minus and get another Goyf because there's a Scavenging Ooze in play, chat. I like that they're continuing to be aggressive here. This is a good line on the opponent's part. I guess I'm only one chump block away from ulting, huh? Cast Lay the Land. What? Sure? Deal? Yes. Yes. I would like to kill that one. Now I just pass, right? I guess I force it. Am I okay being dead to path? Yeah, I think we're just supposed to pass here, since we have the Liliana ult set up. So for people that are wondering why I was confused there, my opponent should have just eaten the creature out of my graveyard to prevent me from having delirium. Is what should have happened there. They spent their red mana, so they must not have bolts or helixes in their deck. They're through Fiend Hunter this game. We already took care of that one. Enjoy the rest of your day at work, Matthew. Make sure people are insured. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. A little over 700 people in chat. I appreciate it. If you're new, my name's Jeff Holgund. I stream Magic a bunch here on this channel, 30 plus hours a week. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed. They're great. So there's 2 creatures in graveyards right now. So if my opponent blocks my Death Shadow, I could trade them. The problem with that is they could chord for a resto, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they can't do that. Am I supposed to smash here? I feel like I'm supposed to smash. If they drew chord or resto, it's whatever. I'm probably not beating either of those cards this turn anyways. My mouse is almost 15 years old. I'm pretty sure it's indestructible at this point. Sorry, when I meant Cord for Resto, I meant Cord for Resto plus Activate Scavenging Ooze. I meant do both. So I'm just gonna pass priority here because my opponent can eat with Scavenging Ooze anyways to not die even if I fetch Shock. Yes, I think it's a mistake. That's why I didn't do it. I think Dark Confidence, if I should have played and cracked my Mishra's Bauble, but I'm reading chat and not thinking about it. I think Dark Confidence is just not a very good card. I think when you increase the curve of your deck, you lose control over the ability to have Dark Confidant not be a liability. I don't think Bloodbraid Elf's just a very reasonable card. I think playing a couple copies at your top end is great. This play could cost me here. I could have like drawn a Fatal Push. Put these turns, Kiln Fiend. Of course, you can get a timeout. Thank you for the bits, Rowie. I appreciate that. Welcome. They can eat one of my shadows here. This is completely unreasonable. How is Scavenging Ooze bigger than our shadows? That's not fair. They just let that happen. All right, sure. I guess they're probably not beating the emblem anyways. Man. Yeah, these are just long leaks today. I'm glad I only picked out 4 decks. While we're waiting for the second match to pop, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are quite literally the people that keep me employed. They are the reason that I am here full-time. If you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, that gets you Twitch Prime included with that for free. And Twitch Prime gives you a free channel subscription to a content creator of your choice every single month here on Twitch. You can also support my stuff by supporting some of my wonderful sponsors. mtgotraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hogan PayPal and check out with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags there. And of course, I would like to welcome everyone to Hoaglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about your complimentary timeout. I played Eternal a little bit, but the combination of their mulligan system being lazily frustrating and their ladder being best of one makes me not really enjoy the gameplay. I forgot, do you list when you choose a deck, or will it just be the name of it'll be in the queue as donation, as dealer's choice Anonomic, and then the day it finally gets to the top of the queue, or the day that I play it, I'll replace the dealer's choice with the deck that I'm gonna pick to play. I know I said nothing till the 18th, but here you go, champ. Thanks for the bit, Anotics. You mentioned subs. Can I trade mine for a timeout? Warblazer, we got you. Thank you for the 5-month resubscription. Well then. Oh, good. We have all these cards that are good against Leyline, if they're good against Bogles. Do I have a way to kill Leyline of Sanctity? Do I have a way to kill Leyline of Sanctity in my 75? Hey, Soren's Gaze. I have 0 ways to kill Leyline of Sanctity in my 75. I can technically play this for 4. Marty knows what I'm setting up for here. Marty knows what I'm setting up for here. Let's try the next one, shall we? Let's try the next one, shall we? For those of you playing bingo at home, you can check Concedes match game 1 off your list. Yeah, no Golgari Charm, no Maelstrom Pulse, no, Back to Nature. I really like 3 ways to kill Leyline of Sanctity in the 75 of these decks, because I think with enough ways to interact with Leyline of Sanctity and a mixture of them not having it in certain games, you can be a favorite in those matchups. But with basic effectively 0, I'm not going to bother. It's just going to lead to a very frustrating game. Yeah, and we have Traverse too, right? So, like, why isn't there a Rex Sage in the board or something like that? Three's the floor, Nathan. I agree that more than that is ideal if you really want to beat Bogles, but, like, if you're not expecting a ton of Bogles, I think just, like, playing 3 is a pretty low cost. Because, like, they're gonna be reasonable somewhere. Not regularly involved in chats and bits specifically. Am I curious if I get bits as... No, so bits, you acquire bits in one of 2 ways. In certain countries, you can watch advertisements to acquire bits, or you can buy bits directly from Twitch. So bits aren't something that I personally set up. Bits are just kind of an alternative way for people to donate to the stream. Yeah, seems pretty good. Probably just going to cast Lay the Land on 1 here. I'm just going to cast Lay the Land on 1. Yeah, that's the best way to describe bits, for sure. You think of 2 Blossomings. I think if you really want an effect like that, Pat, I would just play Splash Blue. Yeah, Emercoolade, PayPal does have fees, but the bits change who pays the fees. So with bits, the person buying the bits pays the fee up front, whereas with PayPal, the person getting the donation pays the fee after you send them the money. So all money transferring services have a fee of some sort, generally speaking. The companies that provide that money changing service need to turn a profit of some sort. Haha, we have surpassed the SCG Con rerun in viewers. Took our Liliana, so they probably have like a Goyf of their own here, I'd imagine. That's pretty good. I think, do I want to Inquisition them here? No, I'm just going to slam my threats, because, like, if I play this Goyf here, the next turn I can go Inquisition, Dismember, Death Shadow. Yeah, correct, Demir. For Boggles, so the Jeskai deck. Ruined Halo, Wear Tear, Blessed Alliance, Settle the Wreckage. Those are all excellent cards that you can play against Boggles as Jeskai. Oh, you know what? I should have played this fetch land last turn, because if I would have drawn another fetch, I would have been able to play Death Shadow this turn. Maybe I'm supposed to attack first here, because maybe they take the hit. That's pretty gross. I guess I take this Maelstrom Pulse. We do have 2 copies of Temur Battle Rage in our deck, thankfully. That can let us push through these souls at some point. I never restarted Magic Online. I should probably do that after this match. Look, I love Modern. It's my favorite format. But to, like, tell yourself that this format doesn't have matchups that where you just, like, are miserable the entire time you're playing based on your deck, like, that's definitely the case, right? So I just feel like the content is just better if I don't play the matchups where I feel miserable the entire time. It's more interesting, more engaging if we're not just like I can't tell you the number of people I've watched that just like they just like sit there and are salty the entire time they're playing a match. It's just like, if you're really that upset about this matchup, you just shouldn't play it. Because just like it's someone sitting there being miserable while they're supposed to be playing a game that they play for fun is just very silly. What if we want to watch? That's true. I'm told that is the reason why people watch the streamer Cryptarian. The only reason to watch him is to watch him salt off. I think a Magic version of Hearthstone tracking would get a cease and desist from Wizards of the Coast because they're assholes. I shouldn't have bought the mtgpvptools.net URL. It's cute that you thought that was gonna work. I'm only gonna go to 9 here because I don't want to die by mistake while racing, but we definitely don't want this to die to this Collective Brutality, right? After looking at the results of the Pro Tour and watching my Standard teammate play Standard this weekend and looking at the results of the Grand Prix, I'm pretty confident in saying that my assessment of let's stay away from Standard is reasonable and warranted. Plus, like, there's plenty of people that want to watch non-Standard content. There's more variety in this content, and this content has more longevity. Like, you know, a year from now, you'll be able to watch most of these Modern videos on YouTube still, and they'll still be fairly relevant. I think whichever one of those you enjoy playing the most is the correct choice, Steve the Crafter. Modern is very much a format of all those decks you just listed are very reasonable competitive decks, and making that decision on which one you're going to play based on how much you enjoy playing the deck is reasonable. Nice, Tefri. No bad. I watched BBD play the finals, but that was about it. Looking at the results from the no ban list Modern tournament, it looks about as rancid as I was expecting it to be. I think it's nice that you're building a sweet deck. If I shock this in, I don't think I want to shock this in. I'm just going to smush here. I'm going to hold this Decay in my hand, or this land in my hand, just in case I want to shock later, or in case my opponent plays a Liliana the Veil and pluses it. They're on STG's website on the coverage page. TLDR, people basically played Legacy Eldrazi and destroyed everyone. Yep. Yeah, and it's funny. Like, when people talk in the coming weeks that, like, Miracles could be good at no ban list modern, it's like, well, BBD is good at no ban list modern with Miracles. BBD is good. If your goal is to play competitive modern with a $50 budget, I would recommend buying a deck building game instead. Decks in modern Magic is an expensive luxury hobby. And if you are looking for a hobby in the $50 range that's gaming related, I would recommend a board game. There are a lot of really excellent deck building games out there that are worth trying and checking out. Maybe depending on the list, JMP. I have to see the list. Dominion's great. Azul is great. Clank is great. God, I have so many deck building games. So many. Hey, Leclerc, 28 months. That's so long. That's so long. Thank you and welcome back. I appreciate it. DC deck building's a good game. There are a ton of great board games in the $50 range. And I don't mean that to be rude or insensitive, but like, if your goal is to play competitive modern on a $50 budget, you're going to be very frustrated, odds are. Wee McGee with the brand new Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you very much. What should I build to steal win? Serious questions. The budget candles deck in standard will probably get you match wins in Immortal. I don't know. Oh, 2-card meme. You could build 2-card meme. I forget that that's a thing. The 2-card meme is kind of hilarious. Help me, that's... Twitch is great for the gym, Wee McGee. I appreciate the support. Glad to have you here. All right, so we're up a game. Winning game 1 here seems really good for us. Lingering Souls, Last Hope, obviously great. Ranger of Eos, great. This is the type of matchup that Rangers in our board for. Just like fetch up some more stuff is great. This is a matchup where I'm going to board out my Inquisitions of Kozilek because we want as many of our cards off the top in the mid to late game to be live. And my Temur Battle Rage is pretty bad here, right? I'm going to trim those. I'm going to trim 1 Thoughtseize because it's not good off the top, but we need some Thoughtseizes to get our health total down to play our Death Shadows, I think. I think this is how I want to board. So, Liliana's medium against Souls, but like my opponent's deck very likely has like Tarmogoyfs or Scavenging Oozes in it. So I think it's fine. Tarfire enabling Traverse and being a little bit of reach seems okay. So I'm going to keep that. That is a 58 shard 2 spell deck. So it's a meme deck in Hex's non-rotating format that's built to abuse their Fate Weave mechanic to always assemble a 2-card combo. It loses to a Stiff Breeze, but if your opponent's not interacting with you, it deals lethal on turn 4 almost every game. Which is really funny. We'll have to play that on stream at some point. No, it's different. It's an Immortal deck. It's not standard. I've played 6 rounds of standard now. Can confirm that Chain Whirler is not a fair card. The Replicator's Gambit makes artifacts Foxkilla, and they all see each other, so they all trigger and kill your opponent. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. The opponent has enough point removal that Temur Battle Rage seems pretty bad. I think I'd rather have the Tarfire like make my Grim Flayers and my Goyfs and my Traverses better consistently. Yep, their replicas are artifacts, and they all trigger on themselves. I think it's 5x to Gauntlet or 2. It's good if people aren't expecting it. Can I keep this? This is pretty bad, right? It doesn't have any way to deal damage to myself to get these Death Shadows into play quickly. It doesn't have a guaranteed second land. That's a mulligan. The better question, Marty, is how many gauntlets has it failed? How many has it scrubbed? No, there's nothing like that deck in Magic. It pretty explicitly abuses one of Hex's digital mechanics. Man, these Street Wraiths could be anything, even more Street Wraiths. I want to be kind of conservative about fetching my white source because my opponent is on Field of Ruin, which could kill my one and only white source. Nope, Field of Ruin. The only thing ruined here is your pronunciation. Little Tarmogoyf Mirror. Yes, QA. That is exactly how it works. So we're gonna Fatal Push this Stork. We'll fetch Shock, play another Goyf here. I'm just a byproduct of my upbringing. Don't blame me. Blame the people who did my education. I've got multiple university degrees, and I put them to use. Playing children's card games on the interwebs. It's tough life. Tough life. Good use of my graduate degree for sure. I would be more upset that I don't actually use my graduate degree, except that I didn't pay for it, so it's just like, it's mostly a wash. How could you expect it? Yeah, see, Scouty understands. Don't blame me, it's not my fault. So I'm popping this now rather than waiting because I want to get the extra power on my Tarmogoyf here. Ugh. That's It's a little rough. It's a little rough. Kozilek's return kills Etch Champion. Yep. Alright, Candyman. You ready to get put in the ground? JK, Abrupt Decay you. They have 4 spells in their hand, but they are missing land drops. We got that going for us. We'd really like to draw a Lingering Souls, or a Traverse, or a Ranger of Eos. I mean, we were going to play and crack EE if we didn't draw the Abrupt Decay. It's like we had it covered. It's gonna be a little bit fatal. Yep. We've got Goyfs for days, opponent. Goyfs for days. I just play what I'm paid to play. It's a very simple system. Really wanted to thank you for all the wonderful content. My fiance got me started into Magic, and you've helped me actually enjoy it and taught me to play a lot better, so thank you. Well, thank you for the bits there, Top Dog. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying this stuff. Thanks for being here. They're actually only 1 land away from activating Sahali here, which is a little bit scary. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Y'all ready to crank this Goyf up to a 6? Y'all ready to crank this Goyf up to a 6? Oh no. I can't Tarfire them because they have hexproof. That's awkward. Awkward. I think I'm actually playing the explosives for 4 here. Like, I don't have anything else to do with my mana this turn. And like, I need to kill that. So, go. Tarfire. Well, Tarfiring ourselves leaves us dead on board. 6 mana murder, right? You're a monster. Watch him go like double linger here. What's going on, Isabus? Howdy, howdy. Their Epson build is kind of neat. I like Sahali in general, especially with Lingering Souls in their deck. Is a Shambling Vent activation or no? Yep. Ugh. Souls. Alright. Alright. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. I almost decided to shock myself there, and then I realized that showing them the fact that I had Tarfire in my deck gives them extra information for the 3rd game. So if we were going to be done there, if that was the end of the match, I would have taken the shock myself way out. But I think because we have 1 more game, we just shouldn't give up that percentage point. Happy 3-month anniversary. What did you get me? Did you get me a timeout? Of course, Jip, Jip, Jip. Thank you for the quarter of a year support. Welcome back. Need to restart Magic Online after this game now. Magic Online is hemorrhaging memory. Oh, the doodah day. Boom da da dum, boom da da dum, bum 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 ba da dum bum. We're going to have a Legacy Day this week. Of course, F-Gator. I try to do Legacy at least once a week. Legacy's either going to be tomorrow or Wednesday. I haven't decided yet. I was just thinking that. I wonder if Arena hemorrhages memory as well. This hand seems pretty bad. Triple land is pretty awkward in the opener. I can't even get all 4 of my colors. I can't play Death Shadow quickly. Mulliganing against a deck full of discard spells doesn't feel good, but I definitely think that hand's not quite good enough. In for a second land. It's gone up 200 MB in the last hour. Six and 6 puts me to 12, right? So I can play both of these. Oh, Street Wraith. Oh, Street Wraith. What fair and reasonable things you yield. What fair and reasonable things. So next turn, we'd like to draw Street Wraith into fetch land. Just kill the opponent. Just get you. Oh, yeah, sure. Tilt. You could maybe make an argument that I should Fatal Push that and Tarfire myself, but I think that's a little too aggressive. I think saving my removal here is ideal. Okay, they're also stuck on 2, which is nice. Looking for fetches or traverses or street wraiths. Would they be dead right now if I had Tarfire myself the first turn? These would be 12, and we'd have hit them for 4 extra, so no, they'd be at 2 right now. Yeah, lands are good draws, spells are good draws. Just like in a very reasonable spot in general, concur with that. The Jurassic Park theme song, I don't know what that is. I was woken up by my 3-year-old singing the Transformers theme song this morning, though. He's just like sitting in his bed screaming it at the top of his lungs. What a fucking dagger. What a fucking dagger. Should have Tarfired ourselves, chat. Should have Tarfired ourselves. Should have Tarfired ourselves. Fucking Maelstrom Pulse for 2 mana. Brutal. Brutal. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. Trampler's pretty good here now that they've unlocked their white source to Lingering Souls. Deal Reno. A Fatal Push. Don't Fatal. Damn it. Land. 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 Ew. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. This is game 3. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Ranger of Eos. Eos, Eos, Eos. I'll take this guy and this guy. I would like these 2 friendos. All the friendos are here. Cabal therapy, right? No. Your employment's been terminated, Tarmogoyf. I think I'm gonna play a Goyf of my own here, rather than the Shadows, just so I don't get Blessed Alliance again. Another Fatal Push, yep. I guess this is worse against Liliana the Veil. This does give them information about our hand, though. Like, they know we have 2 Shadows hanging out. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, there's no more Shadows in my deck for Ranger to go get. I don't know, Marty. I need to think about it. Anything? I might try Arcane Focus. I might try Arcane Focus. No, I don't think so. I think I just rebuy a Death Shadow here. Stop it, chat. They have 3 cards in their hand. We're not in cheese them out mode. We're in grind them out mode. I'm gonna get back my Grim Flayer and make them discard a card. Chat wants to be an aggro deck right now. We are not an aggro deck. That is misassessing our current role in this matchup. We are not far enough ahead, and they don't have few enough resources to get all in like that. That's an anguished unmaking. Chat really wants to smash. So the fact that they burn spot removal there means I'm gonna go all in. If that Death Shadow had connected, I wouldn't put all my chips in the table here. But I think the fact that they just burned spot removal on a 3/3 means I should put all my chips in. Go. Yeah, buddy. Deal. D-O-B. 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 You dead on board. Let's go! I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him, chat. I think we're gonna get him. I'm hoping we're gonna get him. I'm going to find the attack with all button, opponent. Saw the line. Saw the line. Gosh! All they do is draw removal, chat. All they do is draw removal. Alright, we're still ahead. We're still ahead. We have more lands, we have a threat, we have a removal spell in hand. Hey, Lou Mason with the brand new Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thank you. Thank you very much. They couldn't have swept me extras because you can sacrifice the Death Shadow because the whole spell resolves before state-based actions are checked. So Blessed Alliance would have gained us 4 and only killed our shadow there. Liliana would be bad for us, but I don't have a way to play around a Liliana. So as a Magic player, if you spend a ton of time and mental energy worrying about cards that you actually can't beat, you're just going to distract yourself and cause yourself to lose the game because of it. You should spend your time worrying about the cards that are actually beatable from your given position, as opposed to spending time being like, oh no, I can't beat a Liliana. What if they draw that? Like that doesn't do anything for you. Like, just focus on the cards that you can actually beat, and everything will be great. We're going to re-kick Magic Online here because it's hemorrhaging memory as always. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Enjoy a wonderful sponsor page. We conceded to Bogles because this deck doesn't have any reasonable ways to kill Leyline. I've never beat a Lily. She's too strong. Oh, Bob. Burn beats Lily on occasion, doesn't it? Or has it been long enough since you've played Burn that you don't count that anymore? All right. 2-1. Slow and steady. Think positive thoughts, you will draw good cards. You think negative thoughts, that's when it's going to happen. That's true. That's true. She does. All right, you've played a lot of Mardu Pyromancer. That I once found an opponent in stage 2. We're 2-1. The deck is not built to beat Leyline of Sanctity, so we didn't play against Bogles. But we've beaten Kiki Cord and Abzan mid-range. Which, Abzan mid-range is a matchup that I'd expect to be a little bit harder for this deck, so it was nice to see the Lingering Souls and... We didn't draw Souls. It was nice to see Ranger of Eos punch the clock and go to work against them. We did beat the tier 1 Kiki Cord deck. I mean, Abzan's not exactly a tier 1 deck, so... I'm gonna take a look at the top card of my deck here. Street Wraith. I probably don't want a Street Wraith here. Well, Gilgar, they just had an event, and I think both those decks are probably really bad against Chalice of the Void decks, which were all over the No Ban List Modern event. I guess I actually want this, right? Because I have the Shadow in my hand. This is another matchup where we're going to be happy to have the grindy white cards out of our sideboard. Drawing Inquisition's nice for us. Drawing 2 basics is not great. I think I'm actually going to just jam the Goyf here. Just so I can be resource efficient this turn. Bitter Blossom. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Ugh. Vomit. The good news is they don't have lands. Yeah, the Bitter Blossom's pretty good against us. We need to get multiple threats into play to power through the Bitter Blossom. They have a ton of spot removal here to try and ensure that that doesn't happen. We've played Whispers of the Emrakul in Sultai Death Shadow before. It seemed fine. I don't know if I would describe it as good, but fine is an accurate description, I think. We only have one Grim Flayer, though. That's true. Former modern ban list member Bitter Blossom. Reminding us that it's... The opponent's deck is completely unreasonable, chat. Bitter Blossom and Jace the Mind Sculptor. Wizards just slowly ruining Modern. The good news is we have enough lands to just play around this mana leak the entire game. Am I getting that Grim Flayer, or am I just getting... I think I'm getting the Grim Flayer, right? I think I'm probably supposed to get the Grim Flayer. Actually, the Grim Flayer is just gonna encourage them to hold the Murderous Cut. So I'm actually just gonna get a Shadow. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. So they have Jace, Cut, Mana Leak here. Would really like to draw... Do we have 2 Abrupt Decays or 1? I think we have 2. If Magic Online would let me remember. Yeah, we have 2. Alright, something's gonna eat Mana Leak at some point, and this card isn't very good in this matchup anyway, so let's just jam her. I guess they can Mana Leak plus still Murderous Cut this turn, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna fetch Shock here and Fatal Push this Fairy Rogue token. Just push some damage this turn. So I assume one of these is going to die. So part of the thing about Hypergenesis and why it should be banned is like Modern doesn't need more degenerate things. Man, chat is like obsessed with Tarfiring ourselves today. Trust me when I say that's not what we're looking to do with this card. Alright, 10 more turns till this Bitter Blossom finishes them off. You got that going for us? This is what this Tarfire is looking to do. So we kill this in response. And then my Tarmogoyf's going to resolve. Go. Leyline of Singularity. It's a big boy. It's a big Tarmo boy. He's got some anger. It would have. There's a Bitter Blossom in play. It's a tribal fairy. That's why this card is good with Spellstutter Spray. Kids these days did suffer through Bitter Blossom in Standard. Got no idea what it does. They're so lucky. They don't know how good they have it. All right. Temur Battle Rage is lethal, chat. Temur Battle Rage is lethal. Boo. 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 Earned. Boo. 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 I think that was our window. I think Temur Battle Rage right there was probably our one chance to steal this game. I think we're probably too far out of it now. We're about to be down a game against Blue-Black Fairies, but it's only game one. I'm in a good day overall. I assume this is a 4-mana unsummon. Really? Alright. Alright, so you're saying I get another shot at Temur Battle Rage here? Come on. Come on. Give me some rage. Give me some rage! Alright, now we're done. Now we're done. They gave us an extra draw step here. They gave us an extra draw step, but we were unsuccessful at leveraging an advantage from it. Fatal Push is pretty bad. Terminate pretty bad. I'm gonna trim one Battle Rage. Dismember's pretty bad. Trim a Street Wraith. I'm gonna trim a Bauble. I think Mage is a little bit narrow and expensive. No, they're not going to die to the Bitter Blossom. I'm low enough that they're just going to kill me with Creeping Tar Pit or Snapcaster or something. Nice, Cam Draven. Welcome. Maybe Liliana should come out? I don't know. She's okay. She does that. Those are certainly all legal modern cards. The real question here is, do I want to fetch shock my Godless Shrine, or do I want to fetch it tapped here? I might just want to fetch it tapped. Yeah. Nah, let's just jam. The decks listed in the stream title after the one we're currently playing means those decks are coming up still later today. It's a good pickup. Three card types in the bin. Depending on what they play here, we'll probably jam Liliana in plus next turn. I guess that could take away that choice. Sass and Class with the 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. They'd really like to take my Ranger of Eos, but that is not an option. Yeah, I think Street Wraith is fine. Not only for enabling fast shadows, but also for what Spazzy just said there in the mid to late game. You just like cast it as a 3-power unblockable idiot. Ranger is good in this deck because it represents grindy card advantage in matches where you really want that style of effect. I'm actually going to get a land here, I think. Just so if they tap out next turn, I get to slam. So we get to kind of put them in a bad spot, right? If they tap out for Jace, I get to slam Ranger and pick up 2 Death Shadows. But if they hold up Cryptic Command, I just keep attacking them with my spirits. It's converted mana cost, Foxicon. It's not power, it's converted mana cost. So it goes and fetches us two shadowy boys. Yeah, Lingering Souls is very powerful. The white splash for souls is quite fantastic, and I think if you're already splashing for souls, you should just throw a Ranger in because it comes at a very low cost. We need more souls, man. Need more souls. Yeah, I mean, at rank 25, you can win with most anything, Nivik. Yeah, we have a last hope in our deck, too. So we got... Game 1 got away from us, but we're in a pretty good spot this game. They're gonna need, like, a Damnation or something like that. Even if they clear out the board, the Ranger gets to come down and take over. It's modern, Holy Diva. Don't question it. Just accept that you made mistakes during deck registration and move on with your life. Oh, don't hurt yourself, but I appreciate the 7-month resubscription. Welcome back. Yeah, definitely. Not only do they have turn 2 Bitter Blossom, but like we didn't have Abrupt Decay for it, right? So like a lot of things had to break their way, and we still had like 2 turns to draw Temur Battle Rage at the end, the way they sequenced the game to put it away. Opponent, please with the wait time. Magic Online, I wish you would punish. people who play slowly. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And I'm just not playing into Cryptic Command here. Like, we've got them on like a 3-turn clock basically with these spirits when you count their fetch lands, so. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Vendiclick, you resolve. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire! Zita fire. Look at my 6'7" Tarmogoyf. Look at how large and in charge he is. Doesn't he look swell? My dirt dinosaur. My dirt dinosaur is ready to go. So the reason you play Kozilek's Return is to kill Etch Champion by and large. Instant speed is also relevant, but by and large you kill Etch Champion. Also, like, killing non-flyers here isn't really relevant. Snapcaster Mage. Inquisition my Tarmogoyf. I've not played Flaying Tendrils in these kinds of decks before. Like I said, I think by and large Kozilek's Return is an affinity hedge, and only because it kills Etch Champion, but being able to clear out Blink Moth Nexuses and stuff like that is also valuable. I have no idea if Fairies is in the queue. I don't think so currently. I definitely don't keep track of actual everything that's in there offhand, though. Or if we draw a land here, we get to play Street Wraith. We drew a Tarmogoyf, so we get to play that. Tarmogoyf, no! Tarmogoyf! He was so young. Poor Tarmogoyf. He didn't even know what he was getting into in this big messed up world. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do it, baby. Do, 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 do. We actually just played the Amulet Titan deck that had 2 K returns in it. It does play K return on occasion. Oh, yeah. Let it linger, baby. Let it linger. The vent in his room as a toilet. Holy crap. Man, fuck. Man, kids are great, huh? Kids are something. That. What are you gonna do with them? Can't have nice things when they're around. Can't legally sell them on the black market. So that's it's a tough one to have. I think I'm gonna bring these in over the Lilianas. I'm never having kids. Who needs birth control when you hear stories like that? They're expensive too. They're expensive too. Children are expensive. They ain't cheap, chap. They're expensive before you factor in the cost of Megazords. Yeah, Blue-Black Fae would be an okay donation list. We had someone donate for Blue-Black Fae right after Jace got unbanned, and I actually worked on the deck a little bit myself. It seems like a kind of sweet archetype. I don't think we ever played the updated version that I put together, though. I don't recall. We play so many decks, it's hard to keep track. What's going on, Hammy? Let's grab Overgrown Tomb here and Inquisition. They brought in Rag. I heard Megazord, so I K-brutted. Alright, this is interesting. Is it interesting? I'm proud of at least 2 of them. I feel like with their spot removal here, I'm supposed to take Ratchet Bomb and then Thoughtseize the Snapcaster Mage. I think that's going to be my line. The final build of Blue-Black Fae that I had put together didn't have Jace in the main deck because Jace isn't a very good main deck card in Modern. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not going to shock here because I'm really not in a rush to do anything, because if I rush to a Death Shadow, they're just going to Fatal Push it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That being said, their hand is currently double push Snapcaster Cryptic Command, so like this Stone Rain's about to be really good. What do you think about Nick Fit using the new... Yeah, the Rector sounds great. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sure we're going to have multiple people donate for different iterations of Arena Rector in Legacy. So I'm gonna Stone Rain the crap out of this Black Source. We know this is gonna resolve because we know all 4 cards in their hand. Flicker Wisp doesn't have Flash. I've played Jeskai Fairies with Restoration Angel to flick spells that are sprite before. I believe select Battle Bond cards will be added to Magic Online with the M19 update, I think is what they said, but don't quote me on that. I don't remember the announcement specifically exactly. Oh, you know what? I should have upkeep killed this. They drew like Bitter Blossom. I'd be a little sad. I guess I have the Abrupt Decay for it, but I should have upkeep killed this. I didn't want to do it on my turn, but I should have put a stop in their upkeep and killed this. They could also play a 4th land and like Cryptic Command, bounce their own land at this point, which is also another reason to Fulminator Mage them more aggressively. They drew an Inquisition. Yep. Yeah, so getting pretty punished here. I guess I kind of wanted to block the Mutavault here, which is part of the reason why I didn't do it. Sahara C with the $30 donation. UB Fae decklist of yours. 10 out of 10 will do. I will dig up the deck list that I had worked on previously. And thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Well, they're cut off of their Fatal Pushes because they don't have black mana. So let's just go Dork here and hope to kill them before they recover. I like this. I like this Ambush Viper line. Yeah, if they don't draw a black source here, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Fetch land? Fetch land? Not a fetch land, but I'll take it. Fairies' problems in Modern don't involve not having enough card advantage. Fairies' problems in Modern largely come from having too much clunk. So I don't think Scarab God sounds particularly good. Are there any decks that seem interesting, but I haven't played? No, I don't think so. Usually when something catches my eye, I post about it in Discord, and then someone ends up donating to put it in the queue. I gotta say, I love this democracy donation thing. Never felt so American. That's what I'm saying. I'm a real patriot, is basically what it comes down to. So they get to Fatal Push here, but they have to fetch Shock to do it, so that's nice too. No, 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 no. My stream works exactly like the American democratic system. For enough money, you can buy whatever you want. Don't you lie about the great red, white, and blue. We know how it works here. We are 2-1. The match we lost was a match against what Bogles that I just didn't play. If you don't throw money at it, it just doesn't work. Exactly. Ooh, is that a lethal Tarfire, chat? I think that's a lethal Tarfire. Because they're going to push this, take 4 and die. Digital Wire, thank you very much for the $10 donation. Here's for Holy Diva's Red White Legends pile because somehow no one has put it in the queue yet. Thank you for the support. We'll get that added. Survey says... Okay. All right, we're 3-1. Quick plug while we wait for the last one to pop. Thanks for hanging out, folks. There's a lot of different things you could be doing with your Monday. Thanks for joining us here. Hope everyone had a great weekend. My name's Jeff Hogan. I stream Magic full-time. If you're enjoying my stuff, please check out some of my wonderful sponsors. Them, in addition to my subs, are the people that keep me here unemployed. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn some of your Magic cards into other cards or cash direct with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HugoClothes. You can save 20% on your first order of shirts, polos, underwear, socks, all sorts of great stuff there. In Red We Trust. Thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anaronix, Justin, Nivik, and all y'all out there. Thanks for watching, folks. We're heading on into our 5th and final match of this league. After this match wraps up, we're going to play some Mono Green Stompy and then I think some Jeskai aggro to close out the day. Mr. Mue with the brand new Twitch Prime. Thanks for sending your fun dollars this way this month. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me employed. Elves. This matchup's probably tough for us, right? I'm glad we got 2 TBRs in our deck. So we can Bauble Scry here. So Bauble Scry with Street Wraith, how this works with the fetch land is we get to go ahead and look at the top card of our deck, and if it's something we want to draw, we cycle the Street Wraith. If it's something we don't want to draw, I don't think I want another Inquisition here. We'll fetch before we draw with the Street Wraith. Ocean 1, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Welcome, I appreciate it. New subs, after you've been subbed for at least an hour, be sure you pop on into the Discord server if you use that service. Lots of great chats there and bullshitting and funny stories and stuff. That's a big boy. I guess it's smaller than my Tarmogoyf most of the time, right? I'll take the Arc Druid here. We'll probably decay this next turn. Ugh. Am I decaying this? I think I'm decaying this, right? If they don't have another 1-drop here, especially. Yeah, I think it's worth my time to decay this. So I'm going to grab a Shadow here. I'm going to Thoughtseize them. Probably going to fetch Shock, play Shadow. I'm going to take the Shaman of the pack just so we don't die by mistake here. This is the type of fumbly start we need to steal this. I definitely think that this matchup is hard for us if they draw well. Or even draw average, I should say. Alright, I'm going to fetch Shock here again. Thanks for all the great content. Thank you for the 4-month resubscription, Denaria. I appreciate that. Grixis Death Shadow. Yeah, Grixis Shadow, I think. I'm going to go to 4 here because we know all of the cards in their hand. And like putting double Goyf into play after smacking them for 9 here should be lethal. So just putting them to 11. So they can't shaman us next turn because we know all 4 cards in their hand. So if they play something here, they have to chump block the Shadow and then they go to 1. And then I suppose they could hit a land and then Collected Company into lethal here potentially. So they're dead to removal. Except for Fatal Push. I guess Fatal Push is still kind of lethal because it kills this. They are certainly dead to that. So Tarfire, you make these 6/7s. Crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Crunch, crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Alright, so Brutality seems good. Last Hope seems good. Return seems good. Explosive seems good. Liliana, the Veil seems bad. Kolaghan's Command seems expensive. What do I want to trim here? Is it nuts to trim some discard, especially on the draw? What do you think of cutting 2 Inquisitions? Yeah, Humans is a fine deck. Most tier 1 decks are just fine exceptions for donation queues. This is what I want to do. I don't think Souls is good enough. I'm going to submit like this. See how it feels. Been watching too long. This hand's a little bit mana heavy, but like Kozilek's Return is so good in this matchup that I think I just gotta keep. That was an excellent draw. Get to Lava Axe myself on 1 here. Play Tarmogoyf on 2. Kozilek's Return them on 3. Yeah, I just want to put Shadow into play quicker. Also, Collected Company is one of their better cards, so like being able to take that I think is valuable. All those cards look way worse than Goyf, right, Bob? Tarmogoyf, he's a heck of a drug. So I think because they're going to steal, they're going to Elvish Champion me next turn, I'm going to hold off on Fetch Shocking. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and like play Tarmogoyf as a 3/4 here. Pass the turn. If they drew Collected Company, we could be in trouble here. But if this is just like Elvish Champion attack or Elvish Champion plus other 1-drops, we should be in a pretty amazing spot. You could maybe argue that I was supposed to fetch Shock, play Shadow there, but that's far less resource efficient. Just gonna clean their board out here. And I'm gonna hedge. I'm gonna hedge accidentally getting run out of this game by not shocking there again. Well, we haven't drawn a lot of spells this game, but thankfully our magic cards are very good, so let's just keep running them down here. Deal. Bringing in Abrupt Decay is interesting out of them. I feel like they're supposed to be trying to kill me more and interacting less, but not sure how I actually feel about it. It was not emergency bed before the finals, right? So they have to jump block here or they're dead. Hey, look, another Death Shadow. I mean, like, there's a difference between doing... There's a difference between doing well and, like, being much better than everything else, right? Alright, so they must have another Abrupt Decay here. Gonna hit them for 6 here. I'm gonna get another shadow. I personally think a single Gorkine Rampager is great. When I play this archetype, when I build this deck, I put a Gorkine Rampager in it. This is a donation deck list, and that's definitely one of the pieces of feedback I have on it, is that if I were to play this deck again in the future, I would recommend playing a Gorkine Rampager. Let's go ahead and smack him here. All right, they've got all the interaction. We flooded a bit here, but we still have a 7/7 in play. I don't know, actually. I haven't played the archetype enough to know whether or not that's an explicitly good or bad thing to be doing offhand. Yeah, the Grim Flayer is kind of weird. Grim Flayer is a weird one to me. I think I'd rather have... I think that slot would probably be better served as Gorkine Rampager. I think you'd get more mileage out of it. Alright, we 4-1'd, and the one match that we lost was one I didn't play because it was Boggles. The reason why I chose not to play against Boggles with this configuration of this deck is it just doesn't have tools to be competitive there. I really feel like I would like 2 to 3 ways to kill things like that in my 75. I would probably turn this into a Gorkine Rampager and this into a Maelstrom Pulse. And then I would probably play like a Golgari Charm and a Reclamation Sage or something like that in the sideboard, ways to take Line of Sanctity off the table. Overall, this archetype's very reasonable. This deck in general is very good against spell-based combo decks, and having access to the white cards in this deck gives you a really nice angle of attack to be competitive against the kind of grindy mid-range decks that generally give this archetype a little bit more trouble. Alright, at any rate, we're going to move on to something that's a little bit